What's up, Marvel Snappers, and welcome to another deck tech video. Today we're going to be looking at the popular deck BAEro that I only recently acquired the cards I needed to complete it, and so we're going to give it a try and see how it performs. The primary card that this deck is built around is BAEro. On reveal, move all enemy cards play this turn to this location. So what this means is if you're ahead in two of the locations, you can play BAEro to the third, and whatever your opponent commits to the board will be pulled to BAEro's location, almost guaranteeing you the win in those other two locations. And what makes this deck in particular so powerful is you don't necessarily have to be ahead going into the turn 6 that you intend to play BAEro, because we're also comboing it with Death, who's normally a 9 energy card for 12 power, but costs 1 less for each card destroyed this game. And the way we can leverage this with BAEro is Wave, who on reveal, cards in both players' hands cost 4 next turn. And the way this interacts with Death is it sets the cost to 4, and then Death's effect comes in. So if you've destroyed at least 2 cards throughout the game, which is pretty easy to do, Death will only cost 2 under Wave, and you'll still have 4 energy to play an additional card, while your opponent may only be able to play 1 card. So you can stick Death in a location that you're not BAEroing and lock up games pretty easily. A backup finisher is Magneto, who's 12 power for 6 energy, and moves opposing 3 and 4 cost cards to its location. This typically won't disrupt your opponent's current play, but it pulls power out of locations, potentially from ones the opponent thinks they have won, and changes the dynamics on the board and lets you sneak away some wins. The rest of the deck is our destroy effects, so we have Hood, who creates a demon and is a great target for destruction. Nova, who will buff up the whole board when destroyed. Bucky, who creates the powerful Winter Soldier for only 2 energy when it's destroyed. Carnage, who is a fantastic destruction enabler who gains power for each card destroyed. Mysterio, now newly nerfed at 4 power, is still fantastic because it creates 3 bodies on the board that you're able to destroy, and it also keeps your opponent guessing of where that 4 energy is. The clones are also able to take buffs from things like a Nova or locations, and it's a way to get extra power on the board. Killmonger is a fantastic counter card to kill the opponent's 1-cost cards, and our own 1-cost cards give value when they die, so Killmonger is a perfect inclusion. Deathlock is just to give some consistency to our destroy effects, so it's 5 power for 3 energy, destroying everything. You don't gain a lot of value off of Deathlock itself, but the destructions are what we're looking for. And lastly, our tech card is Enchantress, who will remove ongoing abilities from the opponent's cards. I've been seeing a lot of the Destroyer Spectrum deck running around, and not only can this remove power or effects from the opponent's cards, they won't be ongoing anymore, which means they can't receive the buff from Spectrum, which makes this card a pretty big swing. You can't get through Cosmos, but what you can do with this as well is turn off armors that your opponent potentially played into a lane where you had cards you were hoping to destroy, and then on turn 5, you're able to wave Carnage to still get your destruction effects in just in time for the final turn combo. With that, let's hop into some games. Alright, the hub gives us a Punisher to work with. We want to get our destructions rolling as quick as possible, so let's get the Hood down. Good thing we dodged Wakanda. The opponent snaps. Maybe they already have an armor for us, which means we're gonna clog this location pretty bad. But outside of an armor, yeah, okay, well, we can deathlock this side. Unless we also get Cosmo'd. Actually, let's go with the Carnage. And play the Demon down, because we'll actually be able to play Deathlock to the hub. Okay, and they Green Goblin, so we're pretty borked there. But we can go Punisher, Nova, and if we can draw the Killmonger, we have a chance. Alright, and they Storm. Okay, we get the Magneto. We only ended up getting one Destroy for death. So I don't think Wave ends up helping too much. I already have a ton of power here. Yeah, let's actually go with the Wave. Just make sure they can't play multiple things. Oh, and they Spider-Man us. Okay, well. Oh, and they combine it with Titania. That's a cool combo. Okay, we do have 10 power here. And when they play a card, it will switch sides. So they're hoping to play 2 cards. Which means Magneto here brings us to 7, pulling the Storm over 2. We might be okay. They can only play 1 card because of our Wave. This might actually work out. Okay, they Doctor Doom. But we're gonna pull the Storm and the Spider-Man. And we end up winning the tiebreaker? Whew! Super close. Wave ended up being potentially clutch, stopping them from doing too much power into Wakanda. Let's hop into another one. Alright. First up is Titan. I have PTSD from the armors, but we'll play out the hood. I don't think we can wait too many turns. Is it worth getting... Well, if they armor, we're hooped anyways. So let's go with the Mysterio, and then next turn we can Nova Carnage. Oh, they Squirrel Girl. And Nova. Okay, so they're also on a death strategy. Ooh, poor Mysterio is gonna get beaten by a squirrel. Oh, actually, we can make them tie, at least for this turn. Now, let's get our destroys in. Okay, no. It will die to the squirrel. But we'll potentially be able to Killmonger these later. And we're going to have all the destroys we need for death now. It's a savage squirrel. Alright. Oh, and Bucky will die to the squirrel. And then we have the option to Arrow and then Magneto. So let's get the demon down now. Ooh, and they actually Yondu our death. That was really lucky on their part. Yeah, maybe they have the Killmonger. We could have potentially saved the demon. But we're gonna Magneto. Okay, they end up just filling up the location with Demon Wave. Which actually puts us in a really good spot. They might retreat if we snap, but all we need to do is arrow to win and wait for this Warrior Falls animation to finish. And that's a good game. Yoink! Oh, the power of arrow. It's just way too good. Goodbye, squirrel. Finally defeated at the very end, and we take 4 cubes. Let's go. Let's hop into another one. Alright. Westview tells us nothing. Alright. Let's get the real Mysterio here, get a clone to Stark Tower, and then we can Deathlock the clone. Try and get a bit of value out of Stark Tower here. If we can sneak out the extra death trigger, we have the wave, so let's actually go with the hood. Okay, they lockjaw. Carnage is not going to be too useful to us. But I don't think we have to fear a Killmonger. And next turn we'll be able to go wave and then follow that up with death. So let's just get some good power in our lane that isn't occupied by the lockjaw. We can go with Demon here and then put wave into Stark Tower. Okay, oh, so they get swarms. And discard their Hell Cow. That was a nice variant. Oh, and Morbius. So they're going to have to play out their swarms this turn, or else wave is really gonna mess with them. And we can turn this into 6 power by carnaging. They'll know where the real Mysterio is. But we have Death Magneto to really mess with their final turn. Yeah, so they made the heads up play. Okay, they go with Dracula. And they get a swarm back.
All systems go.
So they'll get up to 16 plus 8, which is 24. And we have 10 here. We pull the Lockjaw and the Dracula over here, which puts them at 16. So I think that's actually the win condition. With Death Carnage, that brings us up to 18. And we have 10 power here. I guess it depends where they end up making a play to. But they haven't snapped, so let's play this out. Oh, so they play the Apocalypse and the Chavez. So what are they discarding? A Lady Sif. Ooh, and we end up winning left and right. The disruption of Magneto is just so powerful. Let's hop into another one. Alright, we're dealing with Dark Dimension. We'll have to figure out how best to deal with that. Opponent goes with a Hood. Might be on something similar. Ooh, and we're going to have to shuffle. I think that means we just get the Nova down now, and we might just Carnage for value, at least get something destroyed. Okay, and they go with a Bucky, so they're gonna help get our death cheaper for us. Ooh, and Central Park gives us some squirrels to work with, which is nice. So yeah, let's go with the Carnage. Save the Killmonger for their demon. Alright, and they Carnage, so they have a much bigger Adelan than we do. But we do have a 4-cost death already. So we can Hood Killmonger. We want to open ourselves up to be able to play BAEro or Wave next turn. And this is going to make our death free. We'll see if they also have a death. We might have wanted to save for their demon, which they might be hiding here. Okay, we do get Wave. Let's actually fight over Central Park. I guess the death is free, so we are free to just drop it down anyways, but let's see where they end up playing. We're only going to be able to play one other card next turn anyways. We're hoping to draw the BAEro. I guess maybe we didn't need to Wave, but this stops them from playing multiple cards. Okay, and we did get the BAEro. Maybe their death is hidden here. But let's pull whatever they play here. They might have actually been able to get death down earlier, so this might not work out so well for us. Ooh, they Killmonger the demon away, but we'll be able to... Oh! 6 plus 10. Oh, they have She-Hulk already. Well, we definitely got dunked on. Wasn't anticipating that. But that was a good game. Shows the power of She-Hulk. They snuck that down pretty early and were able to get over us just by 4. Had that been a lower power card, we might have been able to swing this. Let's hop into another one. Alright, Mirror Dimension doesn't tell us much yet. And it could be another Project Pegasus. All the destroys and nothing to destroy. Is it worth just putting the 12 power in play? It's gotta be. Let's go with the Magneto. Don't know for sure how I feel about this, but it's a free Hulk. They have a Captain Marvel and a Bucky. And we just got a free death. Let's snap that, see if they run for the hills. We are short on space to destroy things, but we don't need to destroy things. In fact, that might actually help our opponent. So let's just get 5 power on the board. We won't worry about playing the Carnage. Okay, so they take something from our deck. Oh, whew. Okay, we didn't pull the Carnage. We've pulled their Devil Dinosaur, and unfortunately popped their Nova. But their hand is pretty low on cards. And now they can't destroy the Bucky. So let's just get Mysterio down. What we're really looking to draw is BAEro now. make them a bit nervous of where we have extra power. Oh, and they Shang-Chi our death. Okay, so we actually have this Mysterio in the wrong place. But we can Bucky Carnage. We have 3 cards in deck. Maybe their Cable stole our arrow, which would actually be devastating. Okay, they play 2 cards, thankfully. Hood and Moon Girl, so that's gonna buff up the Dino a lot. But we put 12 power here. Arrow, arrow, arrow. That's not arrow. So I guess we just have to Nova Wave. I'm not convinced this wins, but we have +4 here, so this brings us up to 18. Let's lock this one in. The Shang-Chi really negated the advantage. Yeah, a wave or leader was not going to do it. They weren't ahead by enough, so we take our 4 cubes. Even through the Shang-Chi. Let's go. I hope you enjoyed the games and got to see the power of BAEro. Magneto is also a house too, and they both were able to provide a lot of disruption in the games we played, and shows why this deck is so powerful. As always, if you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.